I'm 32 years old and still unmarried. Barring any surprises, I'll probably never get married because no man would want a woman over 30, an old maid like me. I've slowly come to accept this reality. If I really end up unmarried and unwanted, then I guess I'll just grow old alone. But yesterday my mom suddenly said something that completely broke me. She said if I never marry, I'll have to accept a life without children or a complete family. She warned that when I'm old with no one to care for me, left to face loneliness, I shouldn't regret it too late. But what can I do even if I regret it? It's not that I don't want to marry, it's just that they don't understand. At my age, finding someone to marry is really too hard. I used to confidently say, no woman these days stays unmarried. But that was just me trying to comfort myself. In the past, there were more single men struggling to find wives, but now it's women who can't find husbands. Especially for leftover women like me, even offering a car, a house, or a dowry won't make a difference. And since my family expects a live-in son-in-law, over 90% of men wouldn't agree to that. So it's pretty much fate that I'll never marry. I've lowered my standards, made compromises, but I just can't think of any other way. Why are leftover women not favored by men? When I was 17 or 18, I didn't understand this phenomenon. I thought it was because those women had extreme personalities that made men keep their distance. But when I actually reached my late 20s, I suddenly realized, oh, it's because women at this age have been through too much and are harder to fool. Sweet talk and cheap gifts like flowers no longer work on them. The only thing that matters is cold, hard cash. Men, realizing they can't easily deceive these women anymore, demonize them instead. In reality, women are still the same women. They've just been tricked too many times and have grown wiser. This is why men, whether they're 18 or 80, prefer 18-year-old girls, because they're easier to fool. Take an 18-year-old girl out on a motorcycle ride, let her feel the wind and rain, and she'll think it's exciting and fun. But a woman in her late 20s? If you take her out on an electric scooter, she'll just think you're a loser. Take her on a motorcycle and she'll assume you're a broke dude who can't afford a car. Try sweet-talking her and she'll see right through your empty words. Expecting everything for free? No wonder younger girls seem more appealing in comparison. But let's be real. No one stays young forever, though there will always be young people. Everyone grows old someday. And don't think men escape judgment if they're poor or older. I've seen plenty of guys who are tall, handsome, and clean-cut but flat broke. They're smooth talkers, great at providing emotional validation, and can easily charm younger women, usually under 25, for a short while. But over the years, I've never seen any of them maintain a long-term relationship. After a few months, once the initial passion fades, the girl realizes, oh, this guy isn't just poor, he's poor because he's lazy, selfish, hot-tempered, and stupid. That's why he's broke. So yes, older men get judged too. I'm 33 this year, born in 1992, single, and I think I might never get married in this lifetime. I'm a Shanghai drifter. When I graduated from college, I came to Shanghai with nothing. 8 years have passed since then. In 2019, at the peak of the housing market frenzy, I bought a house in my hometown for nearly 900,000 renminbi and spent over 100,000 more on renovations. In 2020, I bought a car for 170,000 renminbi. Later, both the house and the car dropped in value. Not counting the interest over the years, I still have over 200,000 renminbi in mortgage debt. Now I'm paying off the mortgage, renting an apartment, and maintaining the car, all on my own. I don't have a stable job, and every day is a struggle just to make ends meet. I'm already in my 30s, nearly a decade out of college, and still studying for grad school entrance exams. The future feels so uncertain. Honestly, my current situation seems worse than when I first arrived in Shanghai with nothing. At least back then I was younger. Now my age, looks, career, family background, and financial situation, none of them are anything to boast about. I offer no advantages to others, whether in Shanghai or back in my hometown's dating market. People criticize me for all sorts of things, but my house and car are hard to give up, and selling them would mean accepting huge losses. Time can't be reversed, and youth only comes once. My age is an unchangeable fact. Men always prefer women in their 20s, but I'm already pushing 40. Yesterday I went for a walk with my roommate. He's 28, born in 1998. Already married, working an administrative job that doesn't pay much, but he gets off work on time. He and his wife pay less than 2,500 renminbi in rent, own a car with an out-of-town license plate, and don't have a house. Every night they cook together, eat dinner, and then take a walk in the park. They seem so happy. No anxiety, no overtime, just living each day peacefully. I used to think marriage was nothing but chaos, but seeing them I can't help but feel envious. This city is so big, so crowded, yet I don't even have a single person to talk to. When it rains, no one brings me an umbrella. When I'm sick, no one cares. When I move, no one helps. I eat alone, shop alone, watch movies alone. Sometimes I wonder, what's the point of living like this? During a live stream, someone asked how much it would cost to marry me. I thought marrying me wouldn't cost anything, but then what do I really want? I want someone who will love me unconditionally whether I'm doing well or not. I don't want to be a choice made after weighing pros and cons. Not a mosquito blood stain, or a rice grain stuck on a shirt. Not someone he settles for after calculating the costs. I want to smile just at the sight of him. If it's him, I'd marry him whether he's a millionaire or has nothing at all. So what I really want must be love. But I'm already in my 30s, so ordinary, struggling just to survive. How could I possibly deserve love? Maybe if I hide my desires deep inside and act like I don't care, then growing old alone won't seem so bad after all. Girls, have you noticed? People who don't date for a long time actually become more and more indifferent. It's really true. I feel like I've become much colder than before. When you get used to a self-sufficient life, accustomed to processing all your emotions alone, used to sleeping in on weekends until you wake up naturally, ordering your favorite takeout when you get up in the afternoon, and watching your favorite TV shows. It's genuinely so fulfilling. You wake up in the afternoon, get dressed up, go out with friends, and come home whenever you feel like it. The longer you stay single, the more you realize how addictive it becomes. Love starts to feel like an intrusion. If someone tries to chat with you after a while, you just get annoyed, thinking, why do they keep messaging me? You can't even enjoy your TV shows properly. It's just irritating. After being single for too long, you start to feel like you'll probably never find someone who truly likes you back in this lifetime. And this feeling is so strong. It's not even about personality or looks anymore, just pure fate or the lack of it. I've been single for almost a year now. In the first 3 months after the breakup, I was in a state of exhilaration. Finally, I was free. I didn't need a man anymore. I could do whatever I wanted, and it felt amazing. But 3 months into singlehood, I couldn't help but start fantasizing about my next relationship. Next time, I told myself I'd find someone tall, handsome, gentle, carefree, emotionally stable, proactive, with a respectable job, who loves kids and is optimistic. By the 6-month mark, I started getting restless. Half a year single and still no new romantic prospects? When will I finally get into a relationship? At this point, my standards had dropped to just tall, handsome, and funny, as long as he treated me well. Then, after another 3 months, my standards took a nosedive. Guidigang is so manly. Song Xiaobao is adorable. Huang Lei looks so hot when he cooks. Starting last month, my hunger finally drove me to lose all rationality. Wow, that big bear has such boyfriend energy. That tiger's gaze is so captivating. That lion is so handsome. I knew I couldn't keep spiraling like this, so for the new year I gifted myself a boyfriend. This is the best one I've ever used, because I'm someone who's hard to truly satisfy, but this helped me discover a new side of myself. Wow, I never knew I could feel like this. Only then did I realize how pitiful I was before. Honestly, I'd had it sitting in my shopping cart for months, hesitating because it was just so big, kind of awkward to have at home. But luckily it comes in a discreet box. The key thing is, after using it, you'll only regret not buying it sooner. Everything else is irrelevant. This is the kind of thing we girls should share with each other. Because after intimacy, women often become overly attached or love-struck. It's because our oxytocin levels spike. But men don't experience this. For women, these sudden hormonal fluctuations can make you act unlike yourself, easily affected by every little thing your boyfriend does. That's why, to stay clear-headed in relationships, to avoid getting too obsessed with men or losing ourselves, we must have a way to train and satisfy ourselves first. Only when you're full can you stop craving others. Only then can you truly protect yourself from being brainwashed by love. Hey girls, I think the main reason we can't seem to get into relationships is that we've lost interest in the opposite sex. Today I went to a speed dating event. You know, the kind where there are 50 guys and 50 girls, and you take turns introducing yourselves face to face before rotating to the next table until the event ends. During the whole thing, almost none of the guys took the initiative to ask for our WeChat. At my table, there were 3 of us girls and only 1 guy, an entrepreneur, said, let's add each other and get to know each other as friends. Other than that, no one really made a move. When I came across a few guys I thought were decent, I took the initiative to ask for their contact, but two of them straight up refused, saying something like, nah, not really interested. Honestly, I appreciated the directness. After the event, a few of us girls chatted about it and we all felt like guys these days just aren't that proactive. Of course, they're not obligated to be, we're just observing the trend. The general vibe was pretty lukewarm. If you don't add me, I won't add you. If I don't bring it up, you won't either. Everyone's just kind of doing their own thing. I talked to a few guys and the overall impression was, meh. No one was particularly appealing, but no one was completely off-putting either. It's like they're fine but also not. The whole dynamic was just bland. I think we've just lost that spark of interest in the opposite sex. It's not that we dislike them, we can still chat and get along, but there's no real excitement. It's like that saying, it's not tasty enough to savor but not bad enough to throw away. Anyway, this is what I've concluded is the real reason why so many of us are stuck single, or just lack the motivation to even try. As for how to fix it or what to do about it, I have no idea. Maybe I'm part of the problem too.